Dr. Mohd Salehuddin Mohd Zahari from the Department of Culinary and Gastronomy at our Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management. Beyond these exceptional teaching skills, he is actively involved in research and academic supervision with a prolific record of publications. His vast knowledge and experience will undoubtedly be beneficial as we navigate the intricacies of DRPs and VIVAs. Professor Dr. Mohd Salehuddin, or as he is affectionately known as Portley, brings a wealth of experience to the table, having guided countless postgraduate students through the DRP and VIVA processes. And I'm sure he has some valuable insights to share with us today. Without further ado, let's give the floor to Professor Dr. Mohd Salehuddin. Please, Prof, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Anna, and very good morning to all. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Allahumma alimna ma jahidna wa zakirna ma nasina. Ya Allah, tolong ingatkan kami perkara-perkara yang masih kami lupa dan tolong ajar kami perkara baru yang kami tidak tahu. And very good morning to all. First of all, I would like to apologize. I have to change the room because technical glitches now. Right, so we have to move to new rooms, to my friend's room, right? So sorry for that. Okay, the unforeseen circumstances sometimes happen with technology. Okay, I'll be given a topic to talk about navigating the DRP as well as VIVA. Okay, so everybody, that is part of our journey in research. Either you are in coursework, either you in master by research, or you are embarking on PhD. So VIVA or DRP is kind of a must. Okay, it's a must for everybody. And thank you. I've seen that 53 students in the rooms. Appreciate your learning process, and we will discuss whatever relevant matters with regards to the DRP and VIVA. If you have any question, stop me, because it's a learning process. Stop me and ask questions straight away, right? This is a sharing session. We cannot be too stiff or be loose on the matter, right? I've seen a lot of my ex-student as well and current student as well. Okay, thank you for joining. Okay, let me start by saying this. When we reach into that level, that the DRP as well above VIVA, how strong you are, okay, the stage fright is there. Nervousness, it become apparent. Definitely. How strong you are. Okay, if you talk 1,000 people, in front of 1,000 people, and VIVA is some sort like a confined room with a few members in there, but nervousness is avoidable. Okay, what I mean is that is stage fright, but how to, what we call, to at least ease down the nervousness. The momentum should be there, you know the material, and then how to overcome certain things. That is much important. People say that you need a practice. So I have a few a slide to show you. So we will divide the session into three parts. Number one, how to present. Number two, what is expected question during the VIVA as well as the DRP. Number three, the role of you as a student as well as supervisor, okay, in facing the DRP and as well as VIVA. Let me show you I can show you the complex one, I can show you the simple one, okay. Okay, let me show you the sharing the share. Okay. All right, this is simple one first. Can you see that? Everybody can see that?
Yes,
Okay.
boleh.
Okay, right. Okay. When we present we have the what we call it slide. We have to prepare the slide because verbose or DRP is kind of verbal presentation. That's why you call VIVA voce from Latin word, right? VIVA voce meaning verbal. You present verbally. So you would normally, I've seen that most students, they start by saying that, okay, and they greet a good morning to the panel, thing like that, yeah? Okay, sometimes we have to change the old style and embedded the new style in our presentation. I've seen that some students, they'll start with, my name is Huluk bin Abu. Okay, then I would like to present my proposal or finding of study, my thesis entitled Assessing the Influence of Health Consciousness and Perceived Value toward Consumer Dining Behavior in Organic Food Restaurant. Okay, you have to be calm during the presentation. The intonation must be there. If you need to hit a high tone, you have to be in high tone. If you need to lower down your tone, do so. Okay, don't or make it your presentation is like a one monotone kind of presentation. Okay, normally, number two, student will say that, I've seen the candidate almost say that, this is my presentation outline. And they will read one by one. Okay, they will read one background, literature review, research method. No, you don't need to say that because we try to kill the time. Okay, what you can say is that let our eyes glance through the presentation. One word, one or two words, let our eyes glance through our presentation, my presentation. Okay, and some student, again, this based my experience. I have 40 students graduated under PhD under my supervision, and 70 master student by research, okay, or by coursework as well. So student always will say that, let me begin by highlighting the background of the study. Sometimes, guys, you don't need to say that. Okay, you straight away focus because Bible will say you don't have time. They've given like 25 minutes for PhD. For master, I think 15 to 20 minutes. For coursework, 15 minutes. Okay, we try to kill the time. What you can say is that, use the word, why I so engrossed of undertaking this topic. Straight away into the problem statement and the background mixed together rather than highlighting one by one. Okay, why I so into it, the kind of word you have to, because during that time when you say that, you also gradually ease down your nervousness, the stage fright. Okay, you start hit yourself with the controlling the flaws, right? So then you explain. You don't need to what we call it, to tell everything in your slide. It just focus. What is your study? What is your problem statement? What is gap of the study? And as to why you are so into it, right? Then students normally, after they finish that, this is my problem statement. Guys, please, this is modern era. So we need to change our presentation. The content is still there, but the way you present is very important. Okay? So sometime after that, they said, this is my research objective and research question. You don't need to that. From the problem statement, you say that straight away. From the problem statement, with the gap and filling the gap of the study with the information issue. Therefore, all right, therefore, empirical investigation of warrant to be undertaken. With that, straight away, with that, my research objective is to what. No need to mention the research of this is my research objective. Okay, straight away into with the problem statement and issue highlighted, my objective of the study, because the slide is telling the panel that is research objective and research question. In other words, in your heart, deep in your heart, you say that you can see that, but I don't need to emphasize all of them, right? Okay, because why? Like I say again, try to killing the time. Then with you mentioned with the theory, with the whatever things like that, this is framework adapted from whoever. Okay, again, the panel, let our eyes glance through. Okay, not all the time to mention that, but all right, to kill time, so you need to say that. Otherwise, you need to hit everything. You need to tell you, your urge is to tell everything, but bear in mind they have read your whatever proposal or thesis, they've read it, right? Oh, okay, then hypothesis again. Okay, then this is my hypothesis study hypothesis, comprising of 2 main hypotheses and 4 sub-hypotheses. That's it, right? Okay, 15 minutes should be enough. All right, literature review. No need to tell every literature review. Okay, you can say, okay, I always train my student, I say, you can say that, is that the literature review undertaken is based on stipulated variable in the framework. If quantitative, you say that the literature review undertaken is based on the variable of interest that are relevant to my study, such as health consciousness. Okay, if you have time, you can explain health consciousness. Okay, a few researchers discuss on the matter with regard to good attitude, nutritional values, things like that. No need to tell everything in the literature. Okay, or you can say that all the variable of the literature review undertaken, this study is based on the variable of interest stipulated in the study framework, such as perceived value, health consciousness. All right. Then methodology, and you go to methodology. Okay, methodology you do like in one slide, but comprising all the element of research design. Okay, all element of research design must be there. Research approach. Okay, population and sampling. Then a pilot study, instrumentation, pilot study, if proposal, plan for data collection, okay, and plan for data analysis. If VIVA, data collection, data analysis, okay. But that is for the, what we call it, for the research methodology. You have to give information to the panel why you using the quantitative or qualitative approach. What is your time horizon? what is the sample of your study? What are the population of your study? How many expected respondent or questionnaire to be collected and expected to be obtained that you need to mention as well. Okay, then after that, instrumentation. Okay, because for DRP, they will ask the question until the methodology. But when it comes to VIVA Pose, the panel will ask question and proceed into the result and analysis, or analysis and the result and the finding of your study. So that's why for VIVA Pose, we've given be given more time. Yeah. Okay. Okay. For demographic profile for DRP, use only one sentence which cover all the variable of interest. Okay, one sentence. The demographic profile comprises of gender, age, marital status, ethnicity, education, occupation, income, and frequency of visitation. All the data obtained, okay, spread out for balance of the proportion of the respondent in each variable. You only can say that. So because why? The examiner have read. Okay, the examiner have read your what we call it, the frequency or descriptive with regards to your items. Okay, next one. Right. Okay, I'll take the what we call it, the complex one, PhD. Okay, for instance. All right, this will come to result. Okay, that's a pretty. Can you see that? Did I share with you? No, no, yes. I didn't share, right? Okay, one person, please, at least.
No, still same slide.
Still the same. Let me show later. Thank you. This is PhD. Okay, for or let me show you this one first. Okay. Okay. This is a complex one for this one for PhD. Can you say that, Yunaida or Hafi?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. This is literature review for the PhD. Yeah. Okay. Then you say that the underpinning theory. Okay, what are the underpinning theory that you use for your study, right? Later, we'll get into how to answer. Okay, now presentation first. Okay, then the methodology. Okay, the quite complex. This methodology, this data analysis. All right, data analysis, and then, like I say, a single one sentence for. Same thing for the descriptive analysis.
Boleh. The slide not moving on, boleh?
You go. Okay, I have assistant here. Jangan tak muat. Apa tu? Wait, tak muat. Dia kata slide boleh tak muat. Sekejap ya.
We are looking at the presentations view instead of the full screen.
Oh ya kah? Okay, okay. Thank you. Tu tak apa. Kalau boleh nak.
Mohon pengurus kepada Pok Lee, tolonglah urus betul-betul.
Dah orang tengah urus. Ni. Okay, alright. Okay, ni tak apa. Share ke tu? Dah boleh share ke tak? Dah share. Tak mau lah share. Sorry guys. my bad day today. I moved from my room to other people's room. Okay, this is factor analysis. Okay, okay, move now. The slide.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
All right.
the green
So
slide.
this is a what we call it analysis, descriptive. When you have a descriptive analysis, you don't need to tell everything there. You need to present everything there. You just say that. Okay, the magnitude of the score, the mean score, ranging from this value to this value for all the variable of interest, indicating that majority of the respondent slightly agree to agree with all the item in the contract. That's it. No need to mention, because that is not really important. But for VIVA BOSE, the most important thing is that you need to highlight and to answer the research objective of study. This is this is relation. I want to show the PLS. Okay, right? So this result is very important for VIVA BOSE. Okay, the result is very important, and you need to highlight what is the result like. Because why? During the VIVA BOSE, the examiner or the examiner would like to see how you grab the knowledge. Do you have the knowledge on the study that you studied? That is much more crucial. It is much more important. All right, they will question on it right later. So you need to at least respond and highlight. Okay, research objective 1 is answer through how many hypotheses. Research objective 2 through how many objective. If qualitative, research question 1, how many question? How many question? What is the finding like? What is verbatim quotation like? Okay, you need to hit that one, right? Okay, that at the end of the day, you summarize the result, whether support or not, or rejected. Okay, accept or reject your hypothesis. Sometimes people do null hypothesis, right? Okay, then you hit limitation. But one thing is presentation. You must be confident, guys. Don't read. Try, don't read. When you look into the, don't read from the slide highlighted. Try to avoid that. Now, you can hide, if you have script, you can hide it at the note, right? You can hide it. Okay, in flow. Sometimes when you do a presentation, it flows steadily because you have the script. When come to question and answer, the hiccup apparent on yourself. Meaning that people will at least, realize that this guy or this candidate is not really well versed or understand well with regards to your study. But not because of that as well, because of nervousness. Okay, overruin your normal feelings. That things must be overcome. It's very, very important on that matter. Okay? Okay. Any question up to the extent? I open question first. Any question? Do I give you the important important elements that you need when you facing later with the VIVA BOSE as well as the DRP? Anybody would like to ask question?
Boleh, I have questions.
Sure.
Okay,
Who are you?
Surya Ayu. I'm Surya Ayu. Hi everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Yeah,
So, since PhD presentation only take 25 minutes, right? So
Yes.
do I have to start with the greeting to all the chairman or the panel because it will take time, or I just
You
skip on that?
you can read, you can read. Yeah, later I will talk about it. You can read. Okay, you can start with we are Muslim. Some as a Muslim we say, "Qala Rabbi shrah li sadri." What is really Amri God? Open my heart, open my let people understand my. Okay, Allahumma yassir wa la tu'assir wa atmim bil khair. Doesn't matter. You can say that. Ya Allah, try to ease down. Okay, ease down my nervousness. Permudahkan kerjaku. Sorry, that is Malay. Okay, I know. You can do that. Later, I will talk about it in second subject matter that I want to highlight just now. Okay,
Okay.
I have divided three sections of my presentation. Okay, later we'll see how to answer the expected answer during the VIVA voce and the other. Okay, thank you, Surya. Anybody else? How many? I will give Mr. MC. How many moderator? How many hours in this session?
We will end at 11:30.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So we have ample time. So any more question?
I can see Mr. Akmal is raising his hand.
Yes,
Okay.
Assalamualaikum, Associate Professor.
Tak payahlah, boleh.
Okay. Usually, for during the DRP, so panel will receive our materials up hands. Okay, so means time. So when we do our presentation, we can reduce time that we can assume that all the panel have been go through at least the area and so on. So when we want to explain each of the slide, so we can find the importance areas only. Is that what you mean by
Exactly.
no need to read the whole thing? So we just assume that our panel have been gone through to the proposal that we sent to them.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. I agree with it because during the VIVA, during the RP, you need at least panel have read your proposal, a hard copy of your proposal, right? So more or less, they understood your study. The job of panel is to find faults, to find weaknesses, or to find the what we call it what ya? Vacuum, to find the vacuum of your proposal. Okay, they try to look what are the vacuums appear in your, because they will give citation. Okay, whatever strength, they also say, oh, this is your strength. So we need to hit the important element. Like I say, number one, sometimes student will background of the study is too long on the background. What for? You have written that in the text, yeah, in your draft. Okay, because the draft we need to follow is stipulated guideline from our postgraduate or UITM. Okay, in presentation, 5,000 words, you need to reduce within 15 minutes. So we need to find the most crucial factor that needs to be highlighted, like proposal. Problem statement is very important. That's why I'll try to share some students, they tend to read everything. Okay, wasting time. All right, you hit. That's why I said, why so engrossed? Why I so engrossed to undertake or to investigate this topic? Then straight away into problem statement, right? One word or one line of introduction, then you hit into the problem statement. Okay, what are the, what we call it, what are the gap, study gap, or you have a study gap, or you have the variable gap, or you setting gap, or theoretical gap, right? That is much more important. Okay, literature also, you can say the gap of literature. I did this, but I found that, to that one later I will talk when come to answer the question later. I want to finish this presentation first. Let's open for a question. All right. So we know what are the, when you raise the question, we know what is the issue facing by the potential student. Okay, prior to the VIVA for say as well as DRP. Okay. Anybody else?
Assalamualaikum. Boleh.
Yes, Junaida.
What is the suitable numbers of literature review for each variable that we should write on the slide?
Thank you. Okay, for a coursework, okay, it depends, but you have to see from where is your quantitative, yeah, from where is your framework is adapted. Okay, if let's say that the previous literature using framework that contain 5 variable independent variable, they have also the mediating variable and the dependent variable. Okay, you can drop the variable. Okay, if you use 5, you can drop. I like to use 4. I like you to 3. If you can do that, you can reduce into 3 or 4, but with solid justification. You must have the justification as to why that you drop this variable. Okay, otherwise, okay, for a coursework student, variable will determine the time. Okay, the variable will determine the time that you finish your study. PhD is quite complex. PhD, you need a novelties. You need a new knowledge from your study. For coursework student, you can adapt the study from previous study. Used, probably you injected new variable only from the previous one. Okay, we not really emphasize on the new knowledge, but different setting could be enough. Okay, let's say this John 2022 undertaken study in UK, but no one studied that in Malaysia. That is considered study gap. You can adapt the from John, you adapt and using Malaysia as contextual setting. But for master by research and PhD, you need to develop at least a new knowledge from your study. Okay, you need to develop a new knowledge. Okay, it depends. My answer is that it depends on the study you adapted, right? Don't make too simple, but don't make too complicated. Okay, sufficient. You must align with the time that being given or period be given to you to finish your task. Right? Okay. Any more question?
Sorry, Pak Leh, to interrupt.
Silakan.
Okay, do you sharing the slide or it's just answering
No,
questions?
I'm
Because
not sharing the slide now. Just later I
Okay.
will share the slide. Okay.
all right, okay.
Okay. Now when we finish this one, I will go into the next slide, which emphasize on the expected question during the VIVA voce as well as the okay. I would like to ask you, you want to still on the presentation or we want to move into the expected question? Okay, your choice. This is for you, it's not for me. Okay, I'm pensioners. I'm pensioners, no problem. Okay, this is my contribution for the faculty before I leave the faculty. All right, any more question? Herubaria from Sarawak is that. Hey Kai, how are you? All right, anybody
Okay,
else?
doctor. How are you, doctor? How are you, Prof?
Boleh lah. Okay. Anybody else? Any international student would like to ask? Okay, probably, yeah, okay. And now can we move into the next session of presentation?
Yes.
Have you understand the presentation? Okay,
Yes, Prof.
guys, a presentation you need to kill, slowly killing the nervousness. Stage fright must be there. Okay, let me tell you the experience of my student. During the practice, everything perfect. Everything good during practicing the thing. The VIVA voce as well as DRP. Very good. When comes to during the actual presentation, everything lost. Okay? Nervousness overwhelming the feelings. Okay? So I text them straight in Malay. Nasib call lah boleh. Presentation tadi praktis bagus. Kadang-kadang nak perli budak-budak tu rasa perli. Letih. I feel tired of practicing. But the actual nervousness is so much. I hate nervousness because you ruin the feelings of my student. Is it true? Everybody. How tough you are, how strong you are. But when it comes to, yeah, but whatever we do, we can ease down, gradually ease down. Okay? That much more important. Right. Okay, let me go to the, then after this, we go to question, right? Okay, how to, okay, can you see that, Anna?
Yes, boleh.
Thank you, Anna. Okay, now we go for expected question. All right, like I said before, that panel, they would like to find what we call this deficiency in your thesis. Then they will question about it. Definitely they question about it. But we can, that's why we can anticipate the question. When you read, you as a researcher, number one, you need to be well versed, okay, in whatever you have written in your proposal or in your thesis. Okay, you need to digest, okay, digest the contents of your thesis or proposal. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5. Proposal up to chapter 3. You need to digest. Digestion is much more important. Okay, I will show later how you take that. Is my style. I teach my student when it comes to VIVA using a clips. All right, later I'll show you the silent video. Okay, right. Number one, this is chapter one. The most popular question I lump into three. Yeah, okay, I reduced into three. A lot of question in actual fact. Number one, chapter one. Normally, people or the panel will ask, why did you choose the topic? Okay, why did you choose the topic? What it mean by that? Meaning that they want to understand. They want to understand what are the issues, what are the gaps, what are study gaps. Okay, do you understand the issue or not? Okay, why you say engrossed of undertaking this topic? That's another question. Okay, because they want to know the issue or opportunity with regard to your study. As to why with that opportunity, I close the slide, right? So I want to see your face. Okay, you can see my hand like here. Okay, right? So that is the most important question. The popular question being asked during the Bible verse or the DRP. What are the main issues of your study? In other words, hey, in other words, in their hearts, hey, why you want to do this study? Why you undertake this study? Why you undertake that study? Why? That's maybe a reason. Sometimes the panel will say, your problem statement is loose. Okay, loose. Okay, you don't hit the high peak of your research. Okay, you don't look into the issue with regard to variable of interest. That kind of thing they will ask you. Okay, some student, the variable when it comes to problem, they don't discuss the variable of interest in the problem statement. Okay, those with me in research method last time, I said there is two kinds of hitting the writing, two types of writing style. One is backward kind of writing, and two is forward kind of writing. Forward meaning that you discuss the dependent variable and leading into dependent variable. Backward, you start with dependent variable, you leading into the dependent variable, and later support with the mediating, moderating, whatever. Things like that. Okay, see what is suitable for it. Okay, that kind of question will be asked. Number two, this is another important. What are the gaps of the study? In other words, what is your study gap? Okay, this is a popular question. Okay, your study gap. You say, my study gap is I look into three gaps. One is a study gap itself, meaning that not many people or lack of study, okay, is looking at this. All right. Sometimes people say, don't use the word no. No study, no meaning that sometimes you create a question for the panel. Have you done a literature comprehensive literature search when you say that? So to be modest, we say the lack of study. That is gap of study. Two, probably the study is the gap is looking from the methodology. Most of study looking from quantitative perspective. Okay, like service quality more toward the quantitative, but lack of study looking at the quality or support from the context of qualitative. That is another gap. Methodology gap, theoretical gap. Theory, you can answer. Probably you can answer during the you say my theoretical gap. I'm looking at theoretical gap. This study is looking using this theory. However, in embarking this research, this story he never tested in the food service area or tourism area or hotel area. So I need to do that. All right. Then contextual setting gap. You can answer that if you relate the contextual setting gap. Most of the studies undertaken in overseas, in US, in UK, okay, but that has not been that has not been holistically auto investigated in Malaysia. So probably the American culture, European culture is different than a Malaysian culture, or Chinese culture different than Malaysian culture. Probably that the result would the same or would be different. So in order to test that, so empirical investigation need to undertaken pertain to the Malaysian scenario. There's another gap. Okay. Any more gap? I've forgotten. Okay. Normally 4 or 5 gaps. But your study at least for PhD level, you must have the 2 or 3 gaps. Or one more gap is the variable gap. Variable gap. You say that this variable has not been tested, although it is a predicting as a mediating or moderating, but it's not been tested. Okay, I'll give an example to you. All right, millennial culture. How millennial culture moderate, increase or decrease, cause a decrease or increase with the intention of Tibet student of undertaking career, subsequent career in hospitality industry. That has not been tested. That is injecting the new variable in the study. You also creating a new knowledge. Panel will ask you that. You should be able to answer this. Okay? For your information, guys, okay, if for Bible say, if they call you, or if they call you to present, meaning that, okay, your PhD level or master level is accepted either minor or major. If they don't allow you to present, meaning that you fail. You should understand that. If they allow you to present, so you will get minor or major. Okay? The Bible say they don't give mark on Bible say, but remember this. During the Bible say, they will elaborate. Okay? Whether during the Bible say you'll be able to answer, you know material very well, or you did not know the material very well. So the result could be changed by the panel and the chairman of the session. If you get minor from your thesis, everybody give minor, but during Baba Bosi, you were less able to answer. They might change into major. Okay, bear in mind the kind of thing. Okay, it happened. Or although major, the verdicts, everybody give major, but during your presentation, you'll be able to answer nicely or convincingly. They will change from major satu minor. Okay, meaning that how important is the Bible per se. Respect no mark about it, but it can change. All right, it can change the time of correction. 9 months to 3 months, 3 months to 9 months, major or minor. Okay, right. Let me proceed to the next one. Number 3. What is the scope of study? They will ask also, what are the scope, or what are the scope of your study? We're talking about variable of interest. We're talking about the limitation. We are talking the respondent or the informant for a qualitative. So you need to understand. That's why first thing that I told you just now, previously, digestion is very important. It's pivotal in research work. Okay, sorry to say, let me quote one of the ayah. Okay, لا تكفر ليس كمثله علم. You don't do work if you don't have knowledge. You do work with knowledge. Okay? In bahasa Malaysia, jangan buat kerja kalau kamu tidak ada ilmu. Alright? Don't do work if you don't have knowledge. Okay? Right. Okay. That's number 1. Any question on the chapter 1, the expected question by the panel? Okay? Anyone would like to ask? Anyone? Another now?
Saya boleh? Boleh tanya soalan?
Ya, Man. Sila, Man.
Boleh. For during the question and answer session, basically panel, dia ada background dengan kita punya area of thesis punya topik ke macam mana? The selection of panel. So usually when we be asked the question, so maybe they everything in their fingertips already. So that will be some of we as a presenter become ni lah not confident to
Betul. Mas Iman.
okay.
Yes. My answer, yes. That's the reason why the panel, they will choose the panel that having knowledge on your thesis. Okay? That's why they can ask questions. That's why, based on my experience, okay, this is true experience. I become a panel, all right? A panel for in fact, that's my student now. I become a panel for the DRP, for my student, for student, PhD student. So the area that the student undertake is my area. Okay, poor transfer of graduate into the hospitality industry. So when he presented during the RP, I asked question. Why you not cite this guy? Kita OKE 2020 in US, Baron in UK 2019, Zahari itu akulah. Zahari et al. From 2018. So after the session, the student asked me, the candidate asked me, Boleh, how do you know about also all the citation? I think your study is merely similar to my study. So he decided to change the supervisor. Okay, he asked me to become first, second, third supervisor. Then I accept. Then after that, I said, I work although I'm a third supervisor, I work like a first supervisor. Okay, Google Meet every 3 days. So I said, where is your other supervisor? They should contribute. Okay, don't just put it their name, but they didn't do anything. So he decided, when I say that, he understood this. Yeah, I will change your name as my supervisor. So I become first supervisor after 2 times fail DRP. After 2 times fail DRP. Honestly, I will tell you straight away. I don't want to mention about his name, but last week he got minor in Baba Bose. Okay, that's the reason. That's the reason why they looking at those who are having knowledge in that particular area. They cannot simply take. All right. Okay, but our faculty name as faculty of hotel and tourism. So part of it, sometimes people know about it, right? Although they are from other department, they know certain area, right? Okay. Any more question? Let me go to chapter 2. Zio Yabo, you would like to ask question? I think you are from China. No, no, fine, no problem. I need your details that I'm asking you. Do you have any question?
Morning, doctor. I have no question. I just learned some experience from you and
Okay,
others.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right, if you have question, raise your hand. Other than I cannot see other people. Yeah, I have to. Right. Next is the chapter 2. What sort of question will be asked for in question 2? A literature review, right? Okay. This is nothing important. Let's glance through. Let us glance through. Number 1. This is the most popular question in chapter 2 out of any other question. In what way does the theory underpin your study? I have another professor with me now. He can answer the question. Okay, all right. Okay, this is a very popular question. You anticipate that because when you're doing a PhD or master bar research, supervisor emphasize on the theory. Even journal now on the theory. Okay, how does this theory that you use underpin your study in terms of variable? How does your variable suit into or blend with the theory that you propose? Okay, sometimes people use integrated theory. Integrated theory means that they combine 3 theory or 2 theory that integrated. Sometimes they use a single theory. Okay, but out of 3, there must be a prominent or eminent theory that you base your study. This is for PhD and for master by research. Okay, in fact, for coursework also we sometimes the supervisor emphasize the use. How that you use the theory? In what way the variable of your variable interest suit or blend well with or present from the theory that you used? And from there, the integrated theory, you will develop what we call your theoretical model or study model or hypothesis model. All right, that is the popular question. So understand the theory. Okay, you must understand the theory and how the theory that you use, a variable of interview you propose, underpin the theory. In Malay, we call it mengikat. In Chinese, I don't know. Ada China kan? Okay, that's a popular one. Okay, all right. Number 2. Okay, how can you identify gaps in existing literature in relation to your study? Okay, the reason that we undertake literature review also to look at the gap of the study, what the literature said about the study, so we can propose it later. Okay, when you develop your framework. Okay, I'm talking about PhD level, guys, a bit in depth compared to the coursework, right? Dua dipanggil pahabis darjah. So we have passed all the school level, right? PhD. So that's the reason why, again, I stress this word, digest. Digest your work. All right? Try to overcome the level of nervousness. Nervous. As a panel, we also said it. We can see that if the student, when we ask the question, then it will stop for a while and it will say the sound came out is we knew that the mind or candidate's mind cannot compute on that particular method at the moment during the VIVA process. After the process, you ask them again, who is flow like water flowing. Okay, that's what I always told my students when I practice them. During the practicing was very good, excellent, divine. Okay, when it comes to VIVA process, in Malay word, nasi engkau lah boleh. Okay, in English, I don't know how to translate in English. Nasi kuah. Okay. Atau I can say that be boleh, that it be boleh, macam itulah. Right? And why like that? Nervousness. Okay? We need to, okay. Sometimes, later, that one later. I don't want to jump into conclusion. Right? Identify the gap. Gap is very important because you identify the gap in the problem statement. Also, you can look the gap from the literature perspective. Okay? Literature say that, literature this suggested, right? Okay, next one. This is another popular question. Beside that, okay, sorry guys, I didn't mention about it. Okay? Beside all those questions that I've raised just now, sometimes the researcher or panel will comment on the window dressing. You understand the window dressing? Paham? Yuneda, you understand the window dressing? Window dressing means that sometimes the language, okay, sentence structure, okay, sentence structured, and then no spelling mistake, inverted comma, that is a window dressing. Okay, this is also important. You must check. Okay, capital letter, you put it lower capital letter, right? Upper capital letter. That is window dressing. Okay, why they did that? Because they try to uplift the standard of your thesis. Okay. Right. Sometimes panel also fussy. They know about it. If you know that people they are expert on that particular area, definitely they will question you a lot of questions. Definitely. Right? You can't stop them. You can't stop it. Panel can in your heart. Okay, deep in your heart say, panel, can you stop mumbling? Mumbling lah. Okay, all right. So, okay, so you need again to digest literature. How does literature review support your research question and hypothesis? That's the reason why, guys, we have the hypothesis development. Okay, that's the reason why we have hypothesis development, because hypothesis development, you will see the relation between them. However, there is still a gap of your study. So you propose, you conjecture, you make a conjecture, or you make a proposition, or you make an assumption of it. You should be able to answer that. But same thing to qualitative. Are you using are you using the what we call it a grounded theory? Are you studying the grounded theory or what? Things like that. They will ask you. Okay? Because remember that your examiner also had experience like you before. So they proceed by reading, doing research, things like that, and then they become more expert on that matters, on subject matters. Okay? Okay, chapter 2, okay? Ana, do still boleh ada time lagi tak? Sampai chapter 5 je. Sekejap lagi.
Oh, okay, boleh. We
Ada
still have
ya?
time.
Okay. Masih Ana? Alright. Any question on chapter 2?
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Apa tu? Yang Prof.
Boleh, my name is Lily.
Okay, right.
Okay, boleh, I have question on the underpinning theory. Is it possible for a qualitative study for not having any underpinning theory, as the nature of the study itself is inductive?
Yeah, but yeah, you don't need to have theory, but you propose. You will do later your grounded theory, because from your study you will develop what we call a model. All right, you need to develop the model later on, because deductive is inductive just now.
So boleh, if I already actually I'm preparing for submitting intention to DRP. So if the panel asks me about the underpinning theory, how should I answer it? Because in my study I don't put any underpinnings theory.
Before that, your in literature search, do you have any theory that's similar to your study?
In my literature, I have discussed the theory of other of previous studies actually.
That's fine. So maknanya you can use that theory. You can base your statement. Your statement is based on the theory set, meaning that you're still using the theory, right? Because you don't have you only don't have the framework.
Yeah, I don't incorporate the theory into my framework.
Qualitative don't need to do a framework, but you can show the theory, the model of the theory, because you mentioned about the theory, right?
Yes. So I have to have like justification on not using the theory into my study, or it just like
if you base your study and you highlight some theory or a few theory, my advice is that better that you include the theory. Okay? But if you don't want to include the theory, you must have a strong justification. Nama apa tadi? Lupa nama you apa dia?
Lily.
Lily, okay. Lily, don't kill yourself. Okay? Don't kill yourself. Kill meaning that when you say that there is a theory that you use in your study, okay, but you don't emphasize on that matter, you will create question for the panel. If you don't want to use a theory, you need also to have a strong justification as why your study didn't use any theory. Okay, you have two options there. So my advice there, think and ask discuss with your supervisor. Okay, I don't want to ask, I don't want the more question, how your supervisor say, I don't want to do that, right? That you deal with your supervisor. Okay.
Okay, Pak Leh, thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you. All right. Any more question? Okay, kalau tak ada, I proceed into chapter 3. What sort of question that always been asked during the VIVA or DRP? Okay. Normally, this one option, some supervisor and some examiner really emphasize on the philosophical basis of the study, or in other words, research paradigm. Some are very emphasized on that. Okay, they will ask you, what is your philosophical paradigm of your study? Positivism, constructivism, analogy. Okay, they will ask. Some student and some supervisor emphasize on that, but some no. If you have using the philosophical, the research paradigm, constructivism or positivism, like that, so you need to understand why you have chosen that particular, like inductive, deductive, right? You need to understand that one. Okay, because they philosophical, start philosophy. Okay, right. That I've seen that some examiner asking on that. Why they ask? Because they want to test your knowledge, whether you understand. Okay, on the coursework, we don't use that one. Okay, for PhD and master by research, sometimes supervisor urge you to do that. Okay, that is an option. Number 2. Okay, this is another important. This is a popular question during the VIVA or the DRP. Why did you choose the particular research approach? Justification. Why you have chosen the quantitative approach instead of qualitative approach? That kind of question they will ask you. Okay, meaning that you should prepare yourself and justify as to why you have chosen that particular approach. Okay, that in fact a simple question, but during the VIVA and during the DRP, again, as nervousness overwhelm your actual feeling, a normal feeling, sometimes you are less able to answer. Hiccup appear. Okay, after finish the DRP, you ask them. They can answer for you. Okay. Next. Okay. Sampling frame also. Very important. Panel always ask, what is your sampling? Why do you choose a particular word? Okay, the another one, sampling rate. What is your sampling rate? Okay, how you derive the, and now people always use what we call, people always use sampling technique. Okay, G power is popular now. Everybody goes to G power. But in actual fact, G power is a very low in terms of selecting a potential respondent, very low, because it's based on the variable of interest. So some people, they argue that they use Craigie and Morgan. Craigie Morgan said that how many thousand or 1 million population, 384 respondents is sufficient, total respondent. So my advice is that for my student, you can use the modern one, the latest one, G power, and then you can also use a typical one, a conventional one, like Craigie and Morgan 384. So you take the middle, the average between G power and Craigie and Morgan. 384, 190 on G power. So both divided into 2. Combine both and divide it. So you get the average. That is my advice for my student. Okay? Because we don't want to leave the modern one, and we also don't want to leave the old. That kind of question will be asked. Believe me, guys. Okay? There's another important question. Scale. A lot of questions anyway, but I raised only the important one. People always use this. Normally people fail to answer. They use the scale or Likert scale. Normally people like a Likert scale or interval scale. People like it very much. Okay, the most popular is Likert scale. The question is sometimes either you use 7 Likert scale and 5 Likert scale. Okay, most of the panel normally they will ask, why you have chosen a 5 Likert scale instead of 7? Okay, some students fail to answer this. Okay, you need to answer why you have chosen 5 Likert scale. The best answer you can say, if most of researcher in which the item is adapted in my study using 5 Likert scale. So therefore, comparison could be made from their study. If they use 5 Likert scale, you use 7 Likert scale, how do you make comparison? You understand that? That kind of sometimes I've seen a lot of Bible say students are failed to answer this one. Okay, I've chosen 5 Likert scale for my study in that scale measurement for questionnaire. And why you panel ask why you choose that one? Sometimes hiccup. A few minutes meaning that we can presume that the student didn't know about it. Okay, similar to qualitative. Okay, qualitative normally people ask how you tackle with trustworthiness of your study. In other words, reliability of your study. How you develop qualitative? How do you develop your semi-structure question? Where do you base the question? Do you test the question? How to validate the question? Okay, that's why I said panel try to find faulty, okay, or deficiency in your thesis or in your proposal. That is the role of the panel. All right. They're not trying to fail you, but they want to know your knowledge. That's why again, digestion is very, very important. Okay, right. Okay, kita habis dulu lah. Nah, kita finish sampai chapter 4. Lepas tu mau kita ask question ya. Boleh nah?
Okay, Prof. Boleh.
Chapter 4. What sort of finding ya? Analysis and finding. What sort of question will be asked? Okay, why did you choose that particular analytical technique, the statistical tool and control factor? Okay, now people so engrossed with the PLS-SEM, qualitative, thematic and narrative analysis. Thematic and narrative. People used NVivo, now NVivo. Knew this NVivo, right? For the qualitative. Quantitative, so engrossed with PLS-SEM. Why? People ask you, why you so into it, PLS, compared to CB, covariant SEM. Okay? Or master by research, master coursework. When normally they ask, why you say that, this question, you say that your hypothesis is to see the influence, A influence B, but the analysis you undertake is the Pearson correlation. We're just looking at the correlation, the association. So when you're supposed to do regression analysis because A influence B is using linear regression. Why you look into the correlation only? You look into the association in it. Does it suit to your objective of the study? What to answer? That's why I said again, right? Digestion is very important. Understanding is very important. Okay? Your objective will determine the analysis, subsequent analysis that you will take. That sort of question you will be asked. Okay? But nowadays, okay, no bombardment been made during the Bible forcing. I received one what we call it, a thesis right now. I'm reading right now. When it comes to methodology, I will ask the question. Because why? He said that the topic is research design. But in the research design, everything is there. Sampling is there. Research paradigm is there. Research approach is there. In research design, one topic, PhD level. So you think what I need to say? My comment is that I will ask them. I will ask during the Bible saying, okay, what do you understand about the research design? Okay. If you don't understand, do you have knowledge in research design? What elements of research design? So I put it there. Verdict essay, the candidate did not understand a research design, which comprises of research approach, sampling and population, okay, instrumentation, pilot study, data collection, and analysis. That's supposed to be the topic, right? But he didn't address that one. So it's major faulty on the methodology. Okay? So you need to understand as to why you undertake PLS SEM. What is criteria? If your, let's say, if your what we call it, if your examiner very well versed in PLS, what element in measurement model they will ask you? What is threshold? What is the ABE? Okay, of regression, what is beta? What is R square? They will ask a sort of question. That's why sometimes supervisor, they find, they see the ability of the student, then they propose the seminar, okay, to help the student. They try to propose a seminar that not really well versed in that particular statistical analysis. Otherwise, you will see the student will get hiccup all the time because the panel is well versed on that matter. Okay, so you need to understand that one, guys, right? Next. Can you describe the process of following analytical analysis of the data? What is the process? Sometimes the student don't understand the predetermined test. What the purpose of reliability test? What the purpose of a mean score, average? What the purpose of the frequency? Yeah. All right. What to answer the objective of study? What sort of statistical analysis being undertaken? Again, keyword: understand, digest. If you don't understand, ask. Ask your friend, ask your supervisor. Okay? You need to ask. Let people say you don't know much thing. Let people say that. But later, okay, in 5 years later, I'll be like you. All right? Okay, my area is quantitative. But because I'm teaching the research method, I need to know qualitative. So I master into qualitative so that people cannot lie to me. All right? They can't lie. We know about it. We learn, right? Okay, that's sort of question. Next one. Next one is what are the finding lies? They will ask you finding. Normally people, the examiner will ask you, please summarize your finding within 3 minutes. What are remarkable findings? Okay. And then you should be able to answer. Okay, last chapter 5. Last chapter. Right. The last chapter. Okay. The popular question is that what are the significance findings of your study? They would like to know the significant finding of your study. So you have to summarize in word within 1 or 2 minutes the significant finding of your study. Does your study support the literature review, the previous finding? Okay, that's a popular question. Another one, this is number 2 and number 3 is the most important question. In what way your study contribute to existing knowledge in the field? Okay. In what way your study contribute the knowledge? Right? This is another 3. This is another important. They will ask you about it. What is the novelty of your study? Meaning that what are the new knowledge contribute from your study. For PhD and master by research. For coursework, not really. Not really. Okay? They will ask you novelty of your study. What must be a PhD? Definitely they will ask on that. Bagaimana study you ini contribute pada new knowledge. How your study contribute to the new knowledge. Okay? Right. That chapter 5. That other. Okay. What another question? I just now. What you learn from the PhD journey? Then another question. Then another question. They want to know the PhD journey. Okay, your master journey. Okay. And last but not least, the last line is pertain to what should the supervisor do before the VIVA pose. Okay. Satu. Number one, supervisors always say, this is what I'm practicing. Digest every chapter. You need to digest every chapter. Okay. So I want to show you digest every chapter. They will ask question. Okay. I have a short video atau a short photo here. Okay. Okay, I put it image. I stop here so I show the image. This I show to my student. This what I ask my student do before the VIVA pose. Okay. Can you see that? Boleh nampak tak? Ana, boleh nampak nak?
Boleh.
Okay,
Boleh,
tengok.
Prof.
Ya. Different note here. So if you say that you anticipate the question will be asked on the methodology, so the color is blue, click, because you tend to forget. That's right. That's the reason why you have to do that. Okay. This chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. So click the color, this color meant for chapter 1. There's a gap of study. Okay. So if you have clip it out. So sometimes, because we don't want during the Bible pose PhD level, PhD and master by research or by coursework also, we don't want that you always flip, meaning that you are not well prepared. Okay. During my Bible pose 2002 in New Zealand, my panel asked me, okay, I did a longitudinal study, a short longitudinal. He said that you didn't take a factor analysis in your second round of survey. Straight away, I did that. Look at page 144. So my panel clicked into 144. That's true. And he faced blush. Because why? Straight away, he asked the question, straight away we answer, flip into the page 144. It's true. So he felt embarrassed. So I could say that, have you read my second round of my pattern analysis? Okay, things like that sometimes. Yeah, meaning that you must be prepared. That what I'm trying to say, that you must be prepared. Okay, number 2, that what I practice with my students start before the Bible verse, we practiced at least 6 times. 6 times of presentation with all my colleagues, with all my ex-student, ex-PhD student, master student. Okay? My group is called Step from the Drain. Menapak longkang. Okay? Step from 5 drain. 5 longkang. First longkang, first drain is chapter 1. Second drain is chapter 2. Third drain, chapter 3. Fourth drain, chapter 5. Fifth drain, chapter 5. Why I say menapak longkang? Giving some impact on the student. Okay? So, we practice 6 times. First time, when my candidate presented, it took her 35 minutes to finish the presentation. So we comment. Those who had Bible already, comment. This cut, this cut, this cut. This is not important. This that you don't need to highlight that my presentation outline is first introduction, second wasting time. Cut. Literature, you have to tell everybody, cut. Literature, the literature review undertaken based on stipulated variable from the study framework, such as, that's it, cut. Second time, 30 minutes, first time 30 minutes, second time 29 minutes, third time start 24, fourth time 23, fifth time 20. The next presentation, question and answer. You throw some question. Train them. The supervisor need to do that. Don't do last minute, guys. Okay? Supervisor must play the important role. Okay? I always told my student, I'm quite fierce when it comes to supervisor thing. I said, don't remember what I have said to you, but remember the impact what I have said to you. Dalam bahasa Malaysia. Jangan fikir apa yang boleh marah, tapi kesan daripada apa yang boleh marah. Itu yang paling penting. Bila dia, you have to see the outcome of your study. You get PhD, you get master, so you will ease whatever my fears of telling you something. Okay, I'm quite fierce about it. Sometimes I said, are you writing with your knee? Adakah hang tulis dengan lutut hang? Kasar. But jangan ambil kekasaran tu, tetapi ambil the impact, the significance behind my cruelty. Okay, so 43 students, I've never failed of producing them. Everybody graduated. No one failed. Alhamdulillah. Syukur kepada Allah SWT. Okay, right. So, then practice with your supervisor, with your friend, let them comment. Then lastly, anticipate the question. Anticipate the question, what you will ask. So supervisor know about it because he had few or many sessions of Bible or DRP. So he knew what of the sort of question will be asked. Okay, yours wise also sometimes become a panel for other university. So therefore, they knew about it. They knew and impart the knowledge to you. Okay, all right. Adana, with that, thank you and open for question. We, if possible, we take a break. Yana, ada ni Yana. You dah lari.
Okay. All right. Okay. So.
Have you any question? Kita open for question.
All right. Okay. Let me end of that. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. A round of applause for our esteemed guest speaker. So thank you, Professor Dr. Salehuddin Zahari, for that insightful presentation that was packed with great tips and strategies to manage our DRP and VIVA presentations. Okay, so it's time for the Q&A session. I see a few of questions here. From Ms. Right side, quantitative studies are far more systematic in contrast to qualitative studies. So, how do you communicate the findings of a qualitative study?
Qualitative study. Alright.
Yeah.
Dengar Aida?
Dengar, Prof.
Okay, alright. Dia kata more systematic. Qualitative is more broadly open, right? But in actual fact, similar discussion. Similar. The only thing the difference is that because the quantitative is more to the arithmetic. When it comes to discussion, when it comes to the implication of the study, it's the same. It's just the finding of the study is just different. Because the qualitative is more to a narrative of telling the phenomena. Okay? Telling the phenomena from the... But the beauty of qualitative is that you are improving the writing skill a lot in terms of writing skill. And more critical thinking developed in qualitative. To me, that's to Prof perspective from other people. But in fact, all similar. Okay, it's just like people say, when it comes to implication, that is your study. Because implication, from your idea that you relate from the finding of the study, either qualitative or quantitative. Okay? On implication is similar. The rest, of course, I agree that the quantitative are more systematic because arithmetic, dia menggunakan numbers. Alright? Whereby the qualitative telling the phenomena. You develop a power of writing. The power of writing is from qualitative. That's why I always advise lecturers. Okay, lecturer, for those who become a lecturer, okay, kuasai or both, you need to understand both method and produce paper from both method. So therefore, people, you will know better. Okay, you akan polish in terms of this and expand your knowledge in this. Okay, let me quote this bahasa Arab. Okay, dia kata knowledge is tanjilul alim manzilatul jahil. Okay, sorry. Tartibu ma'lum rima'rifatul majhul, meaning that, okay, knowledge is you strengthening the existing knowledge, but you acquiring a new knowledge. That what we call learning. Kita kukuhkan ilmu yang sudah ada, kita mencari ilmu-ilmu yang baru yang belum kita ada. Itu dipanggil belajar. Okay, both language. Okay, so my answer is that yes, I agree. So in the application, similar, either qualitative or quantitative. The rest probably different because the numbers yang ni narrative. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mohd. I hope that answer your question, means the right side. Okay, next, we have a new question from Surya Ayu. How many maximum slides that Prof suggests for VIVA presentation? And what is the difference between major and minor correction?
Okay, slightly depends on you, but you highlight dia for VIVA presentation. My advice is that 25 lah. 25 slide enough. Only for PhD lah. Okay, some people they have 40, but 40 that's better. But you just highlight things. You don't focus so much on that. Right there, you just hit skip. 40 is okay. Skip. But the methods that you need to highlight is 25 methods on VIVA posing. For proposal, defense, 12 cukup. 12, half of it. So another half, chapter 1 to chapter 3, we have 14. Okay, 15. When you finish chapter 4, chapter 5, so another 15. 30. Enough. Okay. But if you want to do 40, fine. Yeah, fine, no problem. But then you skip. Using only one word for one side, one word for one slide. But when it comes to the finding and discussing the objective of study, that one longer. Sometime, okay, guys, thank you for asking this question. Let me share this minute. How many minutes for problem statement? How many minutes for ni? Untuk 23 minutes ya, for Bible posting for PhD. Okay, from background of the study until objective, you need to hit 5 minutes. Sampailah up to theoretical undefined 5 minutes. Okay, literature 2, methodology 5 minutes or 6 minutes extra, 5 to 6 minutes or 7 minutes. All right, the rest of it 25 minutes minus berapa tadi? 25 minus 6 minus 5 minus 7 minus 15. So how many minutes from the analysis to the finding of the study? 2 chapter, how many minutes? Around 10 minutes. That much more important. That is more important on the finding as well as we always time. I train my students that, okay, kalau yang terlepas, I said, okay, seorang student nanya, okay, Dola, kau time budak ni. How many minutes from background of study until theoretical? Dia kata 10 minit boleh. 10 minutes, we have to cut. Okay, that's why kita buat, we undertake a VIVA Bose practices 6 to 10 times. That's the reason why. I remember that my Arab student, okay, more 35 minutes first time. Last after 11 times practiced, exactly 23 minutes. The chairman of the VIVA said, that is very good. You're beating the time. Why not good? 11 times practice. Okay. Alright guys, we do presentation with a bit time. We calculate time sampai to the extent. Alright, thank you. Ana, ada lagi tak?
Okay, thank you, Prof. I think this one is the last question from our lecturers, Madam Zubaida. Okay, Prof, what will be your advice in order to defend, don't be too defensive?
Aku tu defensive. Ya. Yeah, I appreciate this question. Thank you for Bat. I panggil Bat lah ya. For Bat. Dia lecturer ya. Thank you, Bat. Alright. Lupa dah question tadi. Apa dia nak lupa?
Okay, let me repeat the question. What will be your advice on in order to defend, don't be too defensive?
Okay, right. You cannot be defensive, yeah. You cannot be defensive, but don't be quiet. Don't be putting your ears like that without saying anything. Whatever panel said, you just put it your ear, yeah. Baca ni. Sometimes, okay, whatever the panel said is right. You said yes, thank you. Thank you. However, sometimes panel raised a question that something wrong, whatever you have written in it. They commented, you can say like this, politely, guys, politely. All right, panel, may I counter the question? Okay, panel, may I counter that question? In other words, in Malay, jangan pakai tadah je telinga. Okay, just put it your ears and let you, whatever people want to say, you just leave it like that. No, you cannot do that. You have to show, panel, excuse me, can I answer? Can I counter that question? Tapi kalau dia kata betul, but you have written that one, you have written, but they read your thesis only 2 months or 2 weeks. But how many years you prepare your thesis? How many years? Kadang 4 years, kadang 3 years, some 5 years, some 9 years, some no years at all, missing no action. Kan? Some missing no action. So, you buat macam kadang-kadang dia sisi lah. Sometimes the panel also make mistake. But you have to say politely, may I counter that question? Okay? Janganlah dia, in other way, I did that. Okay, I did that in this. I said that. The only thing is that probably I don't expand it. But I appreciate your comment. Puji. Okay, by the heart of the panel. You have to buy the heart of the panel. Alright? Kita jangan defensive orang lawan. No, wrong. They cannot, you cannot say that. It doesn't. My supervisor said that. No, supervisor pula. You associate with supervisor pula. So, don't associate anything with supervisor during the Bible say. Unless they say, you have to discover. Okay, bye. I will discuss with my supervisor. Okay? You counter. I did mention the panel. I did mention it in this. I did mention it. Yeah. I said that this is like this. However, probably it's not enough. But I appreciate your comment. I will do that later. Nampak tak lembut kan? Right? Very soft. But in a way, we're telling him or her or panel that, hey, I have a knowledge now. I have the knowledge. I need to tell you. Sebab tu dia kata, you must be an expert in your line, in your area. People cannot challenge you later. Lepas tu, once you finish your PhD, you mula nampak ni, kacang. Alright, apa kacang lupa kulit in Malay. Alright, the nut, forget the skin. Betul. Nut, forget the skin. Kacang lupa kulit. So kita sama, I'm doctor, you know. Like that kan. Dia mula sombong. I'm doctor. Okay, I had a heart broken. Can you treat me? Boleh. I sakit lutut. Okay, my knee is pain. Can you treat me? Give me treatment? mabuk. Faham? Alright? It's just a philosophy now. Okay, kita, our job as for philosophy doctor ni, your job is to correct the student mind. Correct your PhD student mind and thinking and movement. All right, that's very important. Okay, that's the reason why I don't want people call me professor, doctor, whatever. Call me boleh. Okay, tak hilang kita punya whatever dengan orang panggil macam. Tapi jangan orang lain minta maaf ya, boleh cakap. Okay, Ana, thank you. Boleh ada lagi satu sesi pukul 12 tazkirah. I have to give tazkirah. That's my routine, weekly routine in the faculty. Thank you.
All right. Okay, I will just short recap of this session. Okay, so what a truly enriching session this has been. We have gained valuable insights into the art of crafting compelling presentations, understanding the types of questions to anticipate, and even glean some essential pointers on effectively answering them. By taking the time to thoroughly digest these takeaways and translate them into action, we will be well equipped to tackle those upcoming milestones with confidence. All right. So before we end our session, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to Professor Dr. Mohd Salehuddin Zahari or Prof for sharing his knowledge and expertise with us today. Your insights have truly enriched our understanding of the process. I'm sure we are now better equipped to approach these steps with confidence. So we are come to 12 noon already. So this is the end of our webinar. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope you found this webinar very informative and helpful as you navigate your DRP and VIVA journey. Please don't forget to utilize the resources mentioned by Portley. Please remember to click on the link provided in the chat box to mark your attendance. With that, this concludes our session today on navigating your DRP and VIVA with confidence. Until next time, all the best in your postgraduate studies. We wish you all the best in your DRP and VIVA presentation. Have a wonderful rest for your day, everyone. Assalamualaikum and goodbye.
Okay, bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih, Prof.
Boleh
Terima
ada,
kasih,
boleh tengah buat ni ada Pak Profesor datang kan boleh. Pak Profesor belakang boleh. Prof Hafiz, Prof Alif, ramai ya. Dia bersonok. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate
Pak
your.
Dek.
Okay, thank you so much, Portley.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Wassalam.
Thank you, Pak Lee. Selamat malam.